have done a 0 overall rebuild challenge in the past. It took us around 9 seasons to finally win a national championship. This time we're doing it with a twist, an athlete-only recruiting challenge. You have the stars like Travis Hunter, Jabril Peppers, even Charles Woodson in the past that have played on both sides of the football. With only about 20-ish athletes being generated each recruiting cycle, it's going to be extremely difficult to land a class full of athletes to fill out all the positions that we need. If you enjoy rebuilds like this, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. But let's get right into it. It's going to be a long period of time. Let's go and sign this contract of our 0-star university and add a little nugget on top of that. We imported this team into the Big Ten. That's going to be the only thing that can really save us is our conference prestige to draw in some of these recruits. All right, let's see how many of these athletes are even going to be interested in us. As we go to the athletes, have a lot of them. Recommended. Okay, I was about to be so upset if there was only 2. We can possibly get what? Maybe a handful? Let's just add all of them that we can to the board as possible. There's a lot more 3 stars than I thought here. But I need all 35. Quite honestly, every single one of them we need on our team ASAP. 1 star, 2 star, it doesn't matter what you are. I need you. But let's take off the 1 stars though. Not 1 stars, 2 stars. Let's at least work with 3 stars to start with. And then eventually move on to the 2 stars and stuff like that. Just to show you what we're going after right now, we are going after a 1 5-star. Bryce Keno is the #1 player in the nation. Are we going to get him? Hey, oh no. Is it worth a shot? Sure. Patrick Smith, another 4-star gem athlete, but we're really going after a lot of athletic scramblers. They can play receiver, running back, or even quarterback. Putting 10 hours on some and 50 hours on guys that were behind, like Nick Quinn, who's a power rusher. Some of the other athletes we already are ahead of just for offering them a scholarship. So we're just hoping to look at the board, adjust it as it goes before we start getting some recruits to commit. Our week 1 game is not going to go pretty whatsoever. We play Sam Houston with our comically large logo right there. But I imagine we're going to give up north of 130 points. That's how it typically is because our team is absolutely terrible. And yeah, 0-1, again, not very surprising whatsoever. Let's go take a look. We actually got a player of the week. What? Marvin Boykins, 2 picks and a touchdown. He is a 0 overall. How in the world? Oh, we have 199. I didn't know we had 199 overall. Well, that changes things. So what we're going to do with Marvin Boykins here, we are going to go down and we're going to edit his position. He's just going to play a kicker for us because I can't really cut him right now. But so he can't win us a game, he is only going to be a kicker. That's it, simply put. Can't really impact the game that much. He's up to a 26. So Heath Goodman, we're going to move him to like quarterback or whatever. So that way everybody is a 12. We can't have people being 78s and 90s overall. So I didn't look at the roster before, and that's my fault. But we're going to put him at quarterback. And now, if we go look, we should be okay in terms of who is playing where. Yeah, perfect. So now we're a true 8 overall, or 12, whatever you want to look at it, or 0 overall. But let's take a look. We still lost by a substantial amount. Yeah, 95-7, because Boykins did get the pick. And you see this team is just not going to be good at all. Like, terrible. I don't know how Boykin even got an interception. Where does it even say you get a pick at? Oh, because I moved his position. That's right. Anyways, yeah, 95-7, not going to be pretty whatsoever. We'll take a look at recruiting real quick. There's a chance we can get some of these guys. But now we're already a substantial lead on some of these players as well. So that is at least a bright spot for what's happening right now. Our first commit right now is Rashad Cleveland. Since we are using a team builder, it still glitched out to where it doesn't pop up. But we did scout him, which is really good. 89 throw power, 87 speed, so he might be the starting quarterback of our foreseeable future. There's a chance we get Bruce Kenoy as a 5-star, and also a chance we get Patrick Smith. It just depends on whether or not we can hard sell. If we can hard sell Kenoy, he likes proximity to home, but he doesn't like conference prestige or playing time. So in that case, kind of screwed. Patrick Smith loves playing time, and that's the only thing. Everything else is at a D. So all I can do here is just send the house on every single one of them and just hope that somebody likes us enough to commit to a 0 overall school. At the end of year 1, we went a fantastic 0-12. For some reason, it only says we went 0-2 in conference, but as you see, it was terrible. 100 points there, 100 points there. We only scored 1 touchdown the entire season. 161 was our worst loss to West Virginia. Not a good year. I mean, when you're a 0 overall team, it's basically like a high school kids out there. But a couple updates on recruiting. Got some 3 stars, working on spreading the wealth through the rest of the class. That's all it is at this point in time. Just a waiting game. See who's going to eventually commit to the team. That way I can show y'all their dev traits. Hopefully they are, good dev traits. But all we're doing right now is just simply waiting, throwing hours on people, and hope that they commit. Finally, more commits are starting to come in. Justice Westbrook, 3-star receiver from Cary, North Carolina. Dante Milburn, 3-star gym quarterback from Menominee Falls. However you say it. They're starting to roll in now. Team are coming in as well. Are in the lead, losing out on Nesbitt and Goodley. But we still have a lot of players in the background in terms of who we're going after. So I'm pretty confident we will be able to get them, as Will Howard, 61 touchdowns. I think that's a new record, is it not? I'm pretty sure that is. Hold on a minute. In a season, it was Joe Burrow. No, Bailey Zappi, excuse me. Well, that's the yards. I need passing touchdowns. Yeah, Zappi with 62. Well, Howard can break it because I'm pretty sure Ohio State made the playoffs, or at least a conference championship game. But wow. Ohio State does defeat USC here in year 1, 38-28. Let's see if Will Howard did eventually break the record of a season touchdown or passing touchdowns. He does with 69. Holy hell. Shadows the record held by Bailey Zappi previously of 62. Now at this point in time, we're just going to the transfer portal. We might have seniors out of 12 overall, which is fine. But the point of the matter is, we need as many athletes in the offseason that we can get. Do we have anybody even leaving? We have people that are transferring pro potential. You're going to be a pro at putting fries in the bag. That's what you're going to be a pro at. Go to McDonald's, flip a burger or something. But heading to the portal, as Tony Spear does commit from Marietta, Georgia, another quarterback. But right now, there's no transfers in terms of athletes. We just got to go out there and get more high school kids that can be that athlete spot. And we can also start bringing in people on visits in week 1 through 4. We'll only have 525 hours. So we're going to be careful with how we do it. But I think we can figure it out. And some of these guys will end up committing after week 4 because of the fact we don't have enough hours to evenly space it out. Let's come into the offseason. Leo Edmond from Rockville, Maryland, coming to the team. All we really did is to schedule visits for guys that were close to committing. And I'll keep giving you an update here on our board so far. I have 225 hours left now. Let's take a look at the guys we just added. Not ahead of them yet, but pretty confident we'll be able to jump in the lead here. Xavier Stoudemire, I wonder if he's related to Amari. We'll bring him in week 2. Actually, I don't know if we'll bring him in week 2 because I don't know what he likes. So we will hold off on him. How about Steve Holdman? We don't know what he likes either. And the things that he has marked off are things that he have good grades for. And that's basically the boat we're in right now. In terms of people that are coming in for a visit, we really don't have, an advantage of scheduling for a visit, except for this guy, Davion Lemon. However you want to say his name. We'll bring in McCurdy. Oh, we already scheduled his visit. We'll give 50 hours to him since Wake Forest is trying to come back. Aviles, that's a lot of scramblers, athletes, because you got to make sure you get one of them that has a good dev trait. Blair Johns already came in. We almost could. Oh, we can't hard sell him. I thought we could for a second. But yeah, Pettis can come in this week for a visit. So this point in time, playing time, sure, since it's a C+, maybe that'll help. And we can send the house for him. Hopefully one of these physical athletes are like a gem with 90-something speed. I'm not able to scout any of them right now. So we'll add 30 on Mosley. Go on to week 3 of recruiting, of the offseason. Hopefully some of them will start rolling in. I imagine about 3 will probably commit, or none. No, joke's on me. But at this point in time, that's all that we can really do. How many hours do you have here for week 3? We have 120. So at this point in time, I will just see you after week 4. That way we can go over all these dev traits. All right, for National Signing Day, everybody that we offered committed except for one. Javier Hogue went to Colorado. Take a look and see where our class ended up at. Probably somewhere in the top 50. Maybe 48. All 34 3-stars. That's really going to help in terms of fixing our roster. Take a look at these development traits here with Rashad Cleveland, impact for Bowman. See if we have any sort of stars. I see a lot of impact in normal. There's an elite back-to-back. Greg Fries, physical athlete. I was telling you, hopefully one of these athletes have a star or elite dev. We do so with Fries. And then we found our quarterback with Quan Shabazz out of Port Orange, Florida. We didn't scout him, but elite development right there. Star development here for Ben Teamer, power back out of Sanford, Florida. Another star dev for Deontay Fink. Agile, could be defensive tackle, could be offensive lineman. At 6 foot, probably going to be center or guard. Is there anybody else with a good dev trade? Not looking like it at the moment, but a couple elites and a couple of stars is really going to help start this class off. And now we got to see where in the hell do we put these guys out, because the position changes. All 35 of these guys are going to be athletes, so it's going to take a little bit of time here. So after finally filling out everybody and changing positions, we have a couple of 70s overalls. Our best players, Dante Milburn, freshman running back, Zach East at safety, another strong safety, Dion Tolbert with Lacey, Lambeau. So these guys should be able to develop. Shabazz, who's our elite development quarterback, should be able to develop quite nicely all throughout the process. As you see, we have filled out just about everywhere we could. Have a couple of tight ends, have a left tackle, guard. I don't think we have a center, but hopefully we'll be able to scout one next year and be able to move him all the way over. But for the most part, we have filled out every single position. It's just from here, got to get a lot more depth and really focus on the agile archetype of athlete, because then I can put him at center, offensive line, whatever the case may be. Who's going to be available to us in season 2? I doubt there's going to be a somewhat decent athlete in terms that's actually interested in us off the rip. But, you know, never hurts to go out and look. As one guy didn't lock us out. 2, 3, couple 4 stars. Maybe there's a chance I can get one of them. I highly doubt it. There's a lot more 4 stars this time around that haven't locked us out. So it'd be nice to see if we can get any of them. You know, let's just take the target thing down. That'd probably help. Here's more of the 3 stars, more of our range. I got to find more agile archetypes. That way we can get some better offensive linemen. I don't really need a lot of elusive backs. I just need better agile. If I can find it, there's an agile archetype guy. 1, but that's what I'm pretty much going to look for here. Agile archetypes, maybe some more 4 stars. But other than that, that's all there is to do here. All right, this year, first game of the season does not go as bad. 41-0, still a complete blowout, but it's better than 91-7. Yeah, Shabazz, tough game here. 5 of 12. Had a pick, only 32 yards. I mean, Milburn had 59 yards on the ground, which is okay. But it's just the fact of the matter is that we're just not good enough yet. Lacey with his first sack of his career. A bunch of freshmen coming in, starting off the rip. Kent State, yeah, Ulatowski, 3 touchdowns. They didn't run up and down the field on us, so progress. But we're more than likely going to go 0-12 again this year. We just got to get better. Name of the game, that's all you really can say about it. And our first 4-star is Jeff Baquette. 4-star power back archetype. 91 speed, 90 excel, 86 carrying, 86 trucking. Real nice get so far. Probably going to start day 1 next season. Generals does go to Florida. Was a 4-star scrambler. Thought we can get a little bit better at quarterback. I know we just had an elite development guy, but what if you have a 4-star elite development? You know what I'm saying? On here, can't really sell Antoine Hearns. I mean, if we brought him in for a visit, I mean, sure, we can do it against UConn. Hope for the best. We're not going to beat them, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. Can't bring anybody else in, so at this point, we're going to use all 145 hours on the rest of the guys down here. Mississippi State really trying to come back here on, what's his name? Matt Chisholm. We can't hard sell him either. I can at least send the house and maybe schedule a visit for week 9. Hope for the best that we somehow upset UConn. I doubt it. Never hurts to dream, though. We also get Sam Zeman. Didn't scout him. Just an athlete, agile archetype. Jason Dalton goes to Michigan State. And at this point, we're behind a Hakeem Queen. We'll throw a 25 on him. Trying to find more agile players. I know there's one more. There he is. Pete Seibert? How do you say his name? We'll throw 5 on Mike Schillen. Right now, we're at the midseason mark. We are 0-6. And I believe we play, UMass this week. Probably going to lose that one. Move on to 0-7. Just hopeful that we can at least get 1 or 2 commits against UConn, even though we're going to lose that game as well. Oh, we won. Oh, hold on. We won. We won. 15-10. I was so, involved in moving on. Shabazz, 12 of 22, 3 times sack, not too bad, 113 yards. Oh, Milburn, 20 carries, 92 yards and a touchdown. Did fumble the ball once, but definitely shouldering the load for this team. Through the air, Justice Westbrook led the way with 462. This win is definitely a lot quicker than last time. Dion Tobert's already a 77. Hell yeah. Love to see that. Sacks, we got 3 sacks on the day. Batonio, Quinn, and Fontouz. And then Robert Kohler with a pick. It took us about 3 seasons, I believe, in the last time I did a 0 overall rebuild to get a win. The fact it took us a 1.5 years this time around is really, really nice. We're going to lose Hearns to Auburn. Might get Swope. Maybe it's going to be really, really close if we get him. We can only bring him in week 9, and that's why he's going to Arizona week 9. So we got to hope that we can, swoop him away, I guess. We do get Chisholm at this point in time. Other than that, not really much left to do. Are in the lead on Queen now since we had a 25 for him. Hoker, we're going to throw 50 on, try to come back. I believe that was Middle Tennessee. No, that was Old Dominion. I knew it was a blue team. Just wasn't sure which blue team it was. And then we'll throw 80 on the other guys. But I'm just surprised we got a win already. It took us, again, a 1.5 years. And last year it took us about 2.5 years. And we beat LSU on the road of all teams when we got our win. So, already improvement. Guys are leveling up in terms of their progression. Now all that's left, if we can pull up an upset against Washington State with our comically large logo, I'd be all for it. Hearns does flip to Auburn. Not surprised on that, but we do get Ben Swope before he even goes to Arizona. 4-star athletic scrambler, 91 speed, 90 throw power. If he has elite development, maybe he starts over Shabazz this year. But now we have 125 hours. We can go add more 3-star athletes. Hopefully some of the agile variety. But first off, we need to spend 50 here on Fatu ncaa. How do you say this guy's name? It leaves us with 80. So now I can go on the board and just find some more. Okay, we get a player of the week against UConn. Fontouz, a defensive tackle, 2 sacks, 4 tackles, 1 TFL. Wins Big Ten defensive player of the week. Love to see that. Still 1-8 at this point in time. Heading into recruiting at 25 hours left to use. Put most of them on these agile athletes. Get my tongue twisted there. Still in the lead on most guys. Kentucky's trying to come back here on John. Orlando will throw 10 hours on him. Queen looks like we're almost losing him out. We can hard sell this guy. First guy we can hard sell. Love that. Conference prestige and proximity to home. It might be playing style. We're going to try it. See if it works. Hopefully we can fend off South Alabama. We're going to get blown out by Oregon State this week. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. 1-11. Slight progress for season 2. I just care about the overall recruits. Okay, this season, slight progress. We finished 1-11. Let's go take a look at the stats for all of our freshmen that played. Shabazz, only 2 passing touchdowns the entire year and 8 picks. I hate to break it to you, kid, but we kind of threw you out there to the fire. So not much we can really do there. On the ground, Milburn, 580 yards, 2 touchdowns. We really didn't score a lot this season from what it looks like. Through the air, Justice Westbrook led the way with 369 yards. Vasquez, and Edmond were the only ones to score a touchdown. Take a look at defense. So Lehman led us in tackles. He has Platinum Robert and House Call, which is really nice. Tobo is behind him, who's an 80 overall right now, which is crazy to me. Fontouz, who got injured with 7 TFL. Nick Quinn with 4, then 3 for Bretonio. And then sacks, we had Ruben Lacey, who got hurt as well with 6. Fontouz with 4, who had a pick. Robert Kohler with 2, and then a 1 from a bunch of other guys. This will vogue well in terms for our development in the offseason. But for right now, starting from a low spot, you just got to hope that we can progress some, as I said, in the offseason with some development traits. We will do a little bit of recruiting before advancing to then. But again, we're only at 40-something overall. Next season, which should be around a 55, maybe even 60. All right, before the bowl games, we do get Ben Hawker, defensive end from Orlando, Florida. He's the only one that comes in. Still great progress so far on our guys, sitting at a 49 overall. As we go look, who is going to be the Heisman winner? Avery Johnson, 40 touchdowns, 1 pick. A lot of these guys so far have crazy interception to turnover ratios. I don't get it. But we're going to move on to the National Championship recap. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas State wins it. They always seem to win in season 2. I don't know what it is about the second season in all my Dynasty series I've seen thus far, but Kansas State always find themselves in the midst of the National Championship, as they do here. They lose to Georgia, though, 51-17, but now here comes the fun part. Off season, maybe find some more freshmen as Gio Mas commits to the team from Oak Park, Michigan. We can't get no transfers, but we can see how well we develop. Arnold and Prescott comes in. Terrell Avant, those are the two guys I was really wanting. We can move them around the offensive line. They can stay at center. They can play guard. They can play tackle. They can play defensive tackle. Wherever you really can put them at. I'm prioritizing them on the offensive line. But right now, oh, it's close for Briscoe. He might flip to Troy. And I can't hard sell him at all either. That sucks. Other than that, though, class is shaping up pretty well for a bunch of 3-stars yet again. We did get 1 4-star, so we'll be a little higher than 48, I believe, this time around. But yeah, everybody we're going after right now should commit to the team. We'll throw 50 on Hurley. Oh man, Kiki's getting close. We'll throw, I can't throw 65. I can throw 25. I can throw, can I hard sell him? Nope, don't have enough hours. We'll throw 40 on him. And then I can throw 5 on a random guy like corner and hope that he commits. This is where a lot of 3-stars will start piling on as we're done with week 4 of our offseason. We should see about 15 of these guys. Anthony Briscoe is 1. Nick Trinidad. Keep on coming. Marquise Knox. Doug Hurley. All these guys profiling. Only 3? Where's the rest of the guys going to go? We offered a lot more players than just that. We'll take a look here at National Signing Day. But yeah, we offered a lot more players, unless that's the only ones that popped up. Okay, that's the case. They only registered 4. Popping up Peoples goes to Georgia Tech, and Watford goes to Wake Forest. So it only registered 4 when we got, how many, 31? So real solid so far. Let's see where our class ends up here in Season 2. Gonna be all the way down at 40. So 48 and then 41. We got 2 4-stars this time around. Take a look at their development traits, starting off with Biquette. Hopefully a good trait here as it's loading. Star Dev, love to see that. 91 speed, 90 acceleration. Swope with Star, 90 throw power, 91 speed. And now we're going to go down and try to highlight anybody else. There's Anthony Briscoe. Could play tight end with Star Development. Keep on coming down. Star Development for Bobby Stevens. Definitely probably going to play tackle because of the fact that he's 6'4", 290 with that development. Love that. Keep on coming down. Not seeing any star or elites. A lot of normals this time around, which sucks. There's an elite. Duke corner, run stopper, could play outside linebacker. Haven't even scouted him yet, but he's going to play day 1. And that's all it is for right now. So again, same step we did Season 1. I got to change all these guys' positions, all 31 of them. And hopefully, you know, we'll bump up to that 70+-ish overall range. So Swope is the guy that had 4-star start development. He's a 79 overall running back. Yeah, go ahead and start there, buddy. Because we have Shabazz, who is an elite development 3-star. I already checked out his development cats. It's pretty good to start. We'll move Bosby to left end. And again, all I'm going to be doing here is just moving everybody around and over. That way we can really space out this team. We need a fullback with Pete hurt. And then our tight end is also an athlete possession guy. If I can find him on here. It's not Chisholm. It's Briscoe. Briscoe's the other guy that's got a good development. We will keep you at tight end because we need somebody on the offensive side of the ball. Our defense did really well in terms of development, but our offense just didn't. All right, where do we end up for season? This is 3 now. Excited to see how well we progress. So far, it says we're at a 64. Our best guys, Greg Fries with bronze blanket coverage, 92 speed at an 84 overall. Trevor McCurdy, Rashad Cleveland, Zach East. What are these guys' development traits? I forgot what Fries was. Fries was elite, so that makes sense as to why he is progressing so quickly. So we got 99 man and 81 zone. This guy is a good bump and run corner. Well, he needs his press up, but he can develop into a good bump and run corner. Trevor McCurdy with normal development, 95 man coverage. So we could run man across the board. Not really so much zone, but you put us out there on an island and we will be okay. Rashad Cleveland already in 83 with as an impact, pretty much maxed out where he's going to be. So at this point in time, the offseason is just going to be for getting the best of the best. Shabazz is up to a 79 overall, again with elite development. He's got 91 throw power, good elusiveness, good accuracies, 84 speed. Take a look at our running back. We moved over. Swope's going to be the starter. Can't look at his player card, but Milburn will be right behind him. So again, we have filled out most of our positions pretty nice. We have one guy at every single spot. Receivers looking okay. Tight ends looking a lot better. We actually got some tackles now and some guards. Finally put a center here. So overall, heading in the right direction. We just need to get more top end talent in terms of 3 and 4, not 3 stars, more 4 stars to come to the team. Maybe even a 5-star in a couple years. But at this point in time, we just need to let these guys, grow in terms of playing time and off seasons and things of that nature. So this year, I'm going to really focus on the 4 and 5 stars. So right now this year, all of the 5-star, well, one of the 5-star athletes locked us out. Maybe we can get some more 4 stars. That's really all I'm really hoping for here, is that we can get some of those. Let's just take a look and see how many we can even target on our board. Only about 5. So at this point in time, back to the mix of adding all of the 3-star athletes just that are interested in us. At this point in time, I'm going after whoever is interested, the best of the best. Now I can actually start scouting them, see which ones are gems, and then pretty much go from there. Oh, we're going to insta commit. Okay, Chris Duvernay. It's the first time this has happened. I was just throwing on scholarships and he already committed to the team. Love to see that. That almost never happens, especially as a 1-star school going in and throwing on offers on people. But I'm glad it finally happened for us. About 4 games in, and we won our second game of our seasons. About 4 games in, and we won our second game of the rebuild. About 3 seasons, or season 3, beat FCS 24-0. Shabazz, his best game of his career, 272 and 2. No sacks along of a 70-yard pass. Swope coming in with 73 rushing yards. Shabazz with 25. Milburn actually got it in on the ground. And Vince Pettis, 11 catches, 98 yards. Goodness gracious. Edmond with the 89 yards, had a long of 70, 75 yards after catch. Take a look at defense. Dion Tolbert led us in tackles. Do have a sack here from Teamer and Bernard Skukanich. That's how you say his name. And then Tolbert also had the interception. All right, midway through the season, we're 1-7. Nick Quinn, 3 sacks, 6 tackles, and 3 TFLs against Utah State. Crazy stat line right there as we are 1-7. I don't get why we still haven't played a Big Ten game yet. We're, 8 weeks into the season. Take a look at the Big Ten. Oh, and nobody's playing a game. Oh, I guess if you add another team into it, it just completely glitches out to where nobody plays. So what we'll do is we'll take somebody out and add another team in, or take a team out, I guess. That way it can fix itself. I didn't know that happened, or that was a glitch in the game. So the more you know, I guess. On the flip side, for recruiting, we do get a 4-star gem, Jaden Kindred, another scrambling quarterback. Look, I get it. But they can play more positions than just quarterback. 91 throw power, 86 speed is his top 2 attributes. We also get Felix Ruse, 4-star agile athlete. Again, can play tackle, guard, maybe even defensive tackle. Losing on Matlock, he was a bust though. So not the end of the world, but we do have a lot of hours to use on Manuel Alvarez, for example. We can actually put 60 on him. I don't know if I can hard self that'll work because of that D- grade on Coach Prestige. So I'll just throw a full 60 here. Maybe bi-week visits. Sure, why not? We'll do conference Prestige, see how that goes. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. And believe it or not, we actually won our second game. We upset and blow out Oklahoma State 33-14. How in the world do we do this? Well, Ethan Springs, the backup quarterback, at a 55 overall, came in and threw 3 touchdowns. That makes no sense whatsoever, but I love it for Springs coming in and just dotting up. Swope with 112 yards on 18 carries. Vasquez is the reason why, 95 yards on a touchdown. Edmond with 2. Pettis with a score as well. Take a look at defense. Holdman led us in tackles with 4. Also had a sack. Quinn again with 2 sacks. This man is going crazy right now in terms of his sacks. Pause. And Zach East also had an interception. We also had 2 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble from Holdman. I don't know where the second one came from because it's not popping up here. Maybe it was a bad snap or something. I don't know. But we are 2-7. Probably going to end up going 2-10. We'll play USC here and then Penn State there. So it's probably what we'll end up going. And then in the offseason, we'll adjust the teams in the Big Ten because for some reason it's glitched out. Into season 3, Alabama does beat Georgia in the national championship. Georgia's made it back-to-back years. They won against Kansas State in season 2, but this time falling just short. Check out the stats for our guys and how they did. Probably a little bit better. Yeah, Shaquan Shabazz, 11-9, only threw 2 touchdowns in his first year starting. So definitely improvement there. Springs came in for that 1 game and went nuts. I don't understand it, but we'll take it any way we can get it. Swope coming in, 726 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns, 7 fumbles. Don't love to see that amount of fumbles, but does have good yards per carry. Hopefully we can correct the ball issues moving forward. Through the air, Leo Edmond led us in receiving yards, 816.5. Pettis with 6, Vasquez with 2, and then Rashad Cleveland coming in with another touchdown. He's a star receiver, but he got the least amount of targets. Something's not adding up there. Take a look how many sacks we give. We actually did really well. That don't make sense. How do we do so well with pass pro? I have 95, 96 overall offensive linemen doing worse. Whatever. Tolbert again leads us in tackles 73 and led us in TFLs with 7. Quinn only had 7.5 sacks. He must have slowed down at some point in the season because he was having sack parties. Take a look. Yeah, 2 here, 3 here, 2 there. Oh, so he got all of his sacks in like 3 games. Okay, sure. I guess that makes sense. Take a look. Holman with 3.5. Betonio with 2. Do we have a pick? We have only 4 interceptions on the entire season. Tolbert, Fries, Yeast, and Kohler, the only people to have interceptions. Huh. Ooh. Paquette's trying to transfer for playing time. Same thing with Mast. I mean, we can try. There's no chance. Yeah. So we're going to lose these 2 guys. Not the end of the world. Still have a lot of guys on our team. Is what it is. I like to see the not really transfer portal, but how many leftover athletes we have to bring in on visits. Still have a couple not a couple 4 stars, mainly 3 stars out there that we can try to bring into the team. We're up to 600 hours now. Got to start with Guidry. Guidry's probably going to replace Paquette because Paquette wants to go play somewhere, which, more power to him. We can actually hard sell him. One of the few guys we're able to hard sell because he actually likes all 3 things that we have. Let me find it real quick. Conference prestige, playing style, and proximity to home. There it is. Game time. So he should commit after this week. And now I can start taking off everybody that committed elsewhere. If I'm not, in a race with a team, I'm just not going to give points to that player because it doesn't make sense to. Because at the end all be all, they will commit here even if we don't do anything for him. So with Shembo, we will probably bring him in week 1, try to steal him away from Texas A&M. He is from Texas. It's going to be really difficult to do. But if he likes our visit just enough, he should commit. Same thing with Braylon North from Maryland, Bethsaida. Isn't that where Bethsaida Studios might be? We actually can't bring him out on a visit because he doesn't like anything about us. The only thing we can do here is send 60 hours his direction. And then from here, just honestly finding the scraps that are left on the prospects, I can't freaking speak, that haven't gotten really targeted. And take a look. I know there's going to be a bunch of I don't need scramblers. I just need more so like outside linebackers, centers. And I can honestly probably do that if I just go to outside linebacker and just find like run stoppers. Oh, or not. Are they middle linebackers then? Yeah, they're all taken. Cool. Well, maybe if I do the target wheel. Nope. Maybe defensive end? Maybe? No athletes here. Oh, beautiful. So they're all going to be running backs and quarterbacks. Okay, that makes sense. So all I'm doing here, since the only athletes left are basically scrambling quarterbacks, went in and spent all of our hours left on these random guys. No, not random guys. The guys are left over on our board. And then from here, we're just going to go all the way to National Signing Day. Because at this point in time, we're really not competing with any other school for the other 3 stars. So if they sign, they sign. If they don't, they don't. We're just waiting on more developments and more 4 stars to be eventually interested in us, as Ben Guidry does commit. Braylon North, who's projected to be a middle linebacker. It only shows those 2 because if you do a dynasty online, for some reason, the little card doesn't pop up all the time. It's weird. We do get 23 guys. Our class isn't going to be nearly as high. Oh, we are higher. Okay. So we're slowly picking up the pace. We were 40, then 38, then 36. So slowly but surely. Let's take a look at the dev traits though. Kendrick coming in with star dev, 86 speed, 91 throw power. Normal for Rouge, which sucks. It's okay. His offensive lineman, he's still developed somewhat. Take a look here. Do we get any more stars? There's another one with Tony Goldberg, not Tiny. Elusive back. Didn't really look at his speed. He only has 87 agility. Keep going down the list. Elite development for Dante Calvin. Possession could be a tight end or maybe even defensive end. Depends on where we put him. Keep going down here. Who else signed? That's got a good depth trait. And that's it. So 1 elite, 1 star, or 2 stars, I should say. Good enough for now. We'll just take a look to see where we end up at season 4. And I got to go here and do all these position changes. All right, season 4 here in 2026. We are going to be an 83 overall. Tolbert going all the way up to an 86. Lacey at 80, or I mean 88 for Tolbert, 86 for Lacey, 86 for Quinn, Swope up to an 86. So far, looking relatively well. We should be able to actually compete this season in terms of getting more than 2 wins. Horner has a redshirt freshman all the way up to an 83. He does have elite development, that's right. I forgot he had that. 90 speed at defensive end. He's going to develop quite nicely once he gets his pass rushing moves up. So we got him. We also have Shabazz, who needs to develop a little bit more. Only an 84 overall, even though he's got elite development. Needs your throw power to go up and his accuracies. But right now, he's looking really solid. Just again, need that throw power and accuracy to go up. That way he can develop. We got Kindred right behind him. Again, who's that 4-star. A bunch of other quarterbacks. Take a look at our running backs. Ben Swope up to an 86. He does have star dev, as we talked about before. I mean, he'll probably cap out at about an 88, maybe 89 overall, depending on where he upgrades. A wide receiver, Cleveland, Pettis, and Queen. Queen has a redshirt freshman up to a 78. He has impact development. He'll probably be like a solid 82, 83 overall. But the purpose of this, I mean, really the meaning here, Briscoe up to a 75. I forgot what development he has. He may have something good. Yeah, star development. Won't really go up much. He'll be like a 76 overall at tight end at start of development. Love that. But our offensive line is actually looking really, really good for now. A lot of young guys here. As you see, our defensive line, great. All of them above an 80 overall. Leclerc up to a 79. But yeah, just a little bit more time here, and we should be able to compete with the rest of the teams in the Big Ten. We're young in a lot of places, but we just need a little bit more oomph in a certain direction. So the only thing I got to do is customize the conference. I'll kick a team out. That way we can actually play conference games. Because right now it's been glitching out to where we only play like 2 or 3. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why it is, but it just is. So who should we boot out for us? Let me see here. I'll think about it and we'll figure out. Probably Maryland. Actually, they went 8-5. Probably. Yeah, we'll just do Maryland. Go back to, we'll put you in just the ACC. We'll put you back in the ACC. Go back over there. So now we should be able to play a normal schedule and probably get waxed in every single game. Okay, progress. We have 2 5-stars that are actually interested in us. Other than that, maybe a couple 4s, thankfully. Let's actually take a look just at 4 stars. It took us about 4 seasons to get any of them somewhat interested in us. And then after that, I'll just fill them up with a decent bit of 3s and then scout them all, figure out who's going to be the ones that we go after the most. But honestly, I only want my 4 stars, 4 or 5 stars. It's the only ones I really want. Everybody else can pretty much go kick rocks. Right now for season 4, since we only have 400 hours, I put 60 on just about like 7 or 8 guys. These are the main ones we're going after, 5 stars or 4-star gems. And then at the worst case scenario, we still have a bunch of 3-star gems just in our back pocket, ready to go. So that's what we're looking like right now. Is it going to stay that way? Probably not. We still don't have a lot of good grades for our school to do anything. The only thing still carrying us is playing time and conference prestige. Everything else is pretty bad. We are up to an 85 overall, so maybe that'll help us out along the way. And it'd be great if we got an upset win against Washington State. Like they're an 83 or an 85. You know, nothing's impossible in terms of getting a win. We'll take a look and see here if we do. If we pull off an upset, that'll be grateful. It'll take us 4 years to beat a ranked team. Take a look here. Did we win? We didn't. We actually lost. How much did we lose by? It was probably a decent score. As Cleveland with 7 and 165 and 3. So our defense definitely must have sold us in terms of trying to beat Washington State. And they did, 50-33. Good night, man. Yeah, Kindred actually got the start because Shabazz might have gotten hurt. But 3-1, 100 yards for Shabazz. On the ground, Swope was 76. Through the air, already talked about Cleveland. Take a look at our defense. Quinn with a TFL and a sack. Also 1 sack from Holdman. We got no picks. How did Washington State do? Oh, yeah. Potter threw for 270 and 4, basically. That'd do it. That would do it. 100% it would do it. Okay, so we finally get our first 5-star. J.J. Falk. Athletic power back archetype with 91 speed, 88 carrying, 88 trucking, platinum armbar. Dahl does commit to North Carolina. That's okay. We're in a dog fight right now for Jowers. He's probably going to go to Georgia this week. Can't really do anything about him. That's fine. It's whatever. It is what it is. We will be able to bring in Hubbard on a visit not even week 10. It's got to be week 11 against Iowa. We will do proximity to home. Hopefully that'll help us out in that regard. And maybe we can do another visit here for Landry to week 8. Proximity to home. Again, we can't really hard sell him, but we can at least put all 60 hours on him to at least, drive us away from Charlotte. That's the team going after him the most. Maryland's going after Taj Angel. I can't hard sell him either. We do have a visit scheduled for week 8 as well. We can throw 65 hours on him. And here for Cam Hubbard, throw in actually we might be able to hard sell him too. He likes proximity to home and pro potential, which makes me think he's going to like playing style as well, since we do run the ball a lot. We'll keep Dahl on the board in case he flips from North Carolina. And I guess we'll throw 20 hours or 10 on Robisky. And then somebody else who we can go after, Lane Hearns, we'll throw 10 on as well. At the moment, I believe we are 4-2 or 3-2, about halfway through the season right now. Yeah, 3-2, playing Bowling Green this week. Hopefully we can pick up a win, move on to 4-2. Still glitched where I can only play 4 Big Ten teams at a time. I don't know why that is, but we actually lose to Bowling Green. That's fantastic. That's going to do a number on our recruiting. Take a look at the guy that committed to Georgia. He does. Not surprised on that one. But we are very close on a bunch of guys. Landry should commit soon. We got to beat Toledo. Got to hope Charlotte doesn't beat their team in week 7. But other than that, pretty good spots where we're at in terms of our recruiting. I have 140 hours. I can scout the 3 stars, see which ones are the best, and then go from there pretty much. So halfway through the season, we stand at 4-4. Definitely the most wins we've gotten so far throughout our first couple years. Just beat Toledo 25-18. This is a huge matchup because we had tons of recruits coming in on a visit. Shabazz with 115 and 113-17. Pretty pedestrian game. Swope coming with 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Cleveland led us in yards and had to score. On defense, Horner looks like he led us in TFLs. Bernard was right behind him. 1 sack for Horner. It looks like we did not get any interceptions. Let's take a look at the board. See who all committed. Hopefully we got a decent bit of players. We did line up the recruiting for against Toledo. 120 hours here. Showels does commit, and so does Landry. Love to see that 2 more 4-star athletes. It's definitely going to bolster our class. Hubbard should be the next in line. Probably going to lose out on Angel. He's going to go to Maryland or in hell, however you want to say his name. But now this saves me a bunch of hours to go out and scout more 3 stars and figure out who's all gems. We found a couple who we throwing 50 on. But there's got to be more out there somewhere. So now we have 225 hours. Yeah, an Angel or Angel commits to Maryland. Not really surprised by that. Kind of predicted him going there. So all I can really do at this point in time is wait for more commits and maybe throw some hours on players that just cuz. But in the meantime, I've just been scouting guys down here at the bottom of the board, like Robbie DiNapoli, for example, who's not going to be good, so we're going to take him off. Haven't found any other gems. Alex Mankin. No, Alex Mankin's going to be terrible. Could have told you that. I've just been pressing X a lot. Tommy Finger, 91 strength. Platinum team player, going to help his ability to move around to a different position, so we'll take it. Other than that, the beer wasn't a gem. Ruse was. Ansa. I found another one, Quick and Trahan. That's the only guys we found at 3 stars that are a gem. Hopefully we can find more of the 65 or 95 hours we have, but we'll take what we got so far. After we played Nebraska, we do have Sowles and Hubbard and more gems coming in. We did pretty well so far in terms of going after the best of the best commits, or recruits, I should say. Now all that's left to do with 200 hours, we can honestly throw 50 on each of these guys up here. That way we can for sure guarantee that we get them. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. We play, I believe, Iowa this week. We are 4-5. Not terrible, not great either in terms of progress you want to make in year 4. Yeah, and again, the Big Ten is still glitched to where we can't play a full slate of games. I don't know why. Something to do with college football 25 and dynasty. A lot of things have been glitched out, and this is just something new. We would lose to Iowa, making us 4-6. Don't love to see that whatsoever. And now we're up to 30 hours on the week. And honestly, at this point in time, I can throw 30 on random players. Like Donahue, we'll throw 25 on. And then Archibald will throw 5. We did get Quick and Trahan, who more gems. But at this point in time, I just want to try to make a bowl game. Give me something to do here instead of just recruiting all the time. I want to win. I want to beat freaking Indiana. I would love to, and we do. So we are 5-6 heading into our final game of the regular season against Illinois. All right, so year 4, we're 5-7. Still haven't made a bowl game yet, but we are slowly progressed on the upward route, upward scale. I'm pretty sure we won. Yeah, we won more than the previous 3 seasons combined. So that's always good in terms of where we're heading in the future. Take a look at the stats so far. Right now, Shabazz 15-7. Again, his best season yet. Was hurt, so Kindred had to come in and play a little bit. Did throw for 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. Shabazz with 15-7. On the ground, Swope yet again, 7 touchdowns, 4.7. No fumbles, so drastic improvement. We were talking about how he needed to because he had 7 fumbles last year. Shabazz added 280 on the ground. Cleveland also added 280 yards on the ground as well. So interesting that he had more yards than our backup running back Milburn. Through the air, Pettis with 670 yards and 5 touchdowns. Cleveland with 482 and 5. Edmond with 410 and 5. So right now, pretty spread out all amongst our star wide receivers. Vasquez didn't even get a catch at all. Fink gave up 12 sacks. Telling you, big drop off as these offensive line gotten better. Don't love to see that. Tolbert for the third year in a row led us in tackles with 69. Nice. Bernard led us in 8 TFLs, not really getting to the quarterback. Horner with 8 sacks of the redshirt freshman. Nick Quinn with 7. 3 for Bitonio, who's also injured. And then 3 picks from Tony Spearwood would lead the way. We at least won the turnover ratio this year, which is very rare for us to do. But at this point in time, all we got left to do is go to the offseason, see who's transferring, and maybe just get these 3 stars to come in, hopeful that they're gems or not. As we have 60 hours left, I mean, at this point in time, give me Juan Holiday, who we can throw a scholarship on and actually throw 55 for. And this will just basically take us straight to the offseason. We do get Samonte Warrior from Clewiston, Florida. Interesting play. There's a lot of cities in this game that I just straight up never heard of beforehand. Like Clewiston? What the hell is Clewiston? Take a look at our staff. Did we lose anybody? We did not. So far we are going great. We have an elite recruiter and a motivator. I like to have motivators because he can go up in XP as players, level up. But we're going to go to the end of the season recap. All we can really do here, go to the national championship. I already showed you the stats. If I had to predict who's going to win this one, I'm going to say Oregon. Oregon always finds a way to do so around this time. So I'm going to say Oregon wins. Timmy Tutt, it's like King Tut, from Mobile, Alabama commits. John Rubisky, another running back. We'll see if they actually stay at running back. They probably won't because, you can move all those athlete guys around. Let's see who wins this one. Georgia wins again. This is their 3rd straight national championship appearance. They are 2-1. They beat Kansas State, lost to Bama, and now played LSU this year. And now we can go to the players leaving. Let's see if we are losing a bunch of players to the portal. I doubt it. As you see, the only guy at risk is a punter. So the only thing we have left in terms of leaving is players probably going to the draft. Or not. Nobody's leaving. Perfect. First time I think I've ever seen nobody leave a team. So we're retaining every single person. So that means we should develop really, really nice in the offseason. And all I got to do now is basically get a bunch of 3 stars on the board, bring them on visits, tell them you should play for us. The 0-star university. It's like Monsters Inc. kind of. Yeah, we're going to take all these guys that have signed now off and then basically do what I just said. Go in, schedule visits, and go from there. Our National Signing Day. Oh, okay, here we are. National Signing Day. Before season 5, I should say. Take a look where we ended up. Probably somewhere in the top 25, maybe. 29. So we went from 40 to 38 to 36 to 29. 1 5-star, 3 4-star, 17 3-stars. Hopefully some of these guys have elite development because that's what we really need. Oh, Falk has impact. Brutal. Sowles was star, 94 speed, 92 excel. Star for Hubbard, 96 speed, 92 excel. So some of these guys might not even play running back. We'll see. Impact for Landry. God, impact for these 3. There we go. Timmy Tutt, 86 speed. Does have star development, which is nice. Star for Obisky, another running back with a good dev trait. Keep on going down. Another star here for Andre Quick. Again, running back with a good dev trait. Are they going to play running back? Probably not. Keep on going down. Star development. Ben Ruse. Running back. Dev trait. Common theme here with this class. And then Bernard Kislak. 93 speed, 93 throw power with star dev. So all these running backs, are they going to play that spot? Probably not. They'll probably play like outside linebacker, corner or something, whatever the case may be. Because I need development traits at other positions. Because I need depth traits at other spots. Hubbard's a 73 though. Oh, he's a freaking 75 overall outside linebacker. See, I told you, these running backs aren't going to play running back. Because they can be a freaking baller elsewhere. Strong safety, Neil Landry can play there. Okay, love to see that. 80 overall for JJ Falk as a 5-star. Sure, you'll stay at running back even though you have impact dev. Probably going to ride the bench for a while. The only thing that sucks is these athlete, agile players suck. No, they're never really that good. Forsay, never going to play either. But oh well. All I care about here is the guys with speed, like Sowles, for example, can play free safety. Again, need depth traits elsewhere, so that's what we're doing. All right, favorite time of the year for Season 5. Training results, I'm hopeful that we went up a good bit. Up to an 88 overall. Horner's up to a 92 as a redshirt sophomore. Elite development getting 3-star. That has really came along. 88 finesse move, 85 power move, 81 block shed, 95 agility, 91 speed off the edge. Man, just shows the power of a depth trait when you're playing off rip. Nick Quinn up to an 89, 91 with boost, only a normal development. So, normal development guys can develop a little bit too. Lacey up to, so we have 2 right ends. One's probably going to play defensive tackle. A strong safety, another right end. Goodness gracious, all these defensive ends. Shabazz up to an 88, Swope up to an 88. We are going to lose a bunch of guys to the draft and probably graduation. Imani Kiki, where did you come from? No one development, 87 overall. Huh. I guess the power of boost, whatever the case may be. So Shabazz at 88. Kindred will be a 77 right behind him. Have a bunch of other guys. We will probably redshirt Kindred for this year. That way he can stay a little bit longer. Bandy or Haslam be the backup. A running back, probably going to redshirt Falk because you get 3 guys ahead of him. Wide receiver, we are a little bit down. New needs to scout some. Maybe some physical archetypes. Probably wanting to go heavy on this year to see which one has a good depth trait because we really haven't gotten lucky at that position. Offensive lines looking relatively solid. All 80 overalls, mainly 85 pluses. Again, we are in good hands after Quinn leaves at defensive end. Same thing on the right side. Once Horner is going to be here for a while. He might be a 99 with boost. Calvin up to an 88, 86 overall, normal. He's also got elite development. His run stopping 82, block shot 97 tackle. Just needs his pass rushing to come along. So he can play at another side or even at defensive tackle. So yeah, we will be perfectly fine for the foreseeable future in terms of our front 7. Because we've moved everybody around. We just need everything else to catch up. We do need a lot more corners. We will lose 4 next year. And we will lose our top 2 free safeties. So basically, it all hits a reset button next season. That means we got to get a lot of players in this class. A lot of players will get development traits. And then hopefully, a lot of players like 4 or 5 stars. But we can't do that unless we start winning games. What we're going to do in hopes of trying to fix us not playing as many conference games, we moved this over to the ACC. We put Maryland back in the Big Ten in hopes of righting the ship of everything. Now, if that doesn't work, I really don't know what to tell you. It's really the only thing I could come to mind of trying to figure out if it would work or not. Now, we can take a look at the custom schedules once that's, generated to see if that ends up working. I'm hopeful it is. We're up to an 89 overall, so we should be able to compete here in Season 5. Take a look. Did that actually work? It did. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe the Big Ten just busted. So we'll take that. FCS Southern Miss Ohio playing Clemson. I think we should be able to compete in the ACC, especially with our overall. Take a look at the board and see if we actually have players interested in us that's a good athlete. Up to 575 hours now. But here we go. Athletes, any states. Don't lock us out. Don't hate us. Number 1, Keon Farrell. The only 5-star athlete interested in us. But we do have a lot more 4-stars than usual. We still have an elite conference prestige, so this might be the year where we can finally crack out the top 25 class. We missed out on Keon Farrell. It was a bust, though. Alabama does take him away. Also lost on Steve Kahn and George Edmond. We are in the lead on Nick Cox, Percy Goodley, Mango, Tam, Foster, and Richie Folk. In good position thus far. It's just I wanted the big fish. You know, I went swinging out big, missed on a couple. So now I got to go back to the drawing board, figure out which 3-star is going to be the best. And basically from there, go out and scout them. Unless I get all these 4-stars first. That'd be fantastic if I could. I can't. So I'm maxed out here on hours for the most part. Actually, I'm not yet. About to be. Once I do 25 for Mangled. And actually, I can schedule a visit. So never mind. We will do all that. Pro potential. Good. So you have something you like us for. So next week is when I'll be able to start scouting. We do have an important week against Clemson. I have a lot of players on a visit. And we are 2-1. They are 3-1. Big conference matchup. We are at home. So maybe we can get a win. This is way past the time where Cade Klubnik is there. And we lose. Fantastic. We're not ready for the big games just yet. On the road at Mass. How does that do for our recruiting? And 40 hours. It's going to be close for Goodley. He's probably going to go to Clemson. That's brutal. I can't really hard sell him either. Cox probably going to go to Mississippi State. I can hard sell him though, because we do have 2 A pluses with conference prestige and proximity to home. So hopefully that'll help us out some. But nope, not that one. Not conference spotlight. That's 2 out of the 3. Where is the one I want? Conference prestige, coach prestige. No, I gotta find it. There it is. Prestigious. And then I can't even do. That's lame. I need 65 for that to be the most effective. That's all right. For the most part, we are pretty solid getting more 4-stars. I just gotta go scout some players. No, we lose Goodley. I figured we were gonna lose him. We are striking out on everybody. Christ almighty. Cox, do you have any sort of hope here? I mean, no, I can't get 65 on him. Dang, dude. I don't know. We're probably gonna lose out on Cox too and swing and a miss there. Mango, we can at least schedule visits for against Syracuse and hopeful that we can beat them. Same thing, we already scheduled a visit for Tam. Derek Foss is ready for a visit. Same thing, Syracuse. Conference prestige, we can hard sell him, thankfully. Because he likes pro potential too, not pro prestige. You know what I'm saying there. Figure out which one to hard sell Foster here for. It's not that one. There it is. Sunday bound. Put all 75 hours into him. And then maybe... I can't schedule a visit yet. I probably should take off that 5 instead of putting 75 on him. And then schedule Folk for a visit. We'll schedule him against Syracuse as well. He loves proximity to home. And then we'll move on from there. Our class is starting to fall apart. Hopefully we can at least beat Virginia Tech to get our first ACC conference victory. That'd be great. I would love it if we did. But I'm probably not going to. Take a look here. Hey, we did. 1-1. Nice. So does that mean good things for our recruiting class? How many hours do we have? We have 250. Finally, Nick Cox does commit after we beat Virginia Tech. He has 97 speed, 80 strength, 87 tackle. Other than that, we do get Isaiah Tam. The reason why I got him is he got 96 throw power, 93 speed. So even if he sticks at quarterback, he's going to be really freaking good. So now this gives me a lot of hours to go out and scout some of these guys we have at the bottom of our board. We are close against Auburn here. I can't really hard sell Richie Folk, so we're probably going to lose him unless he commits this week. Other than that, a bunch of 3-stars I just see on the board I have to scout. We'll just go and throw scholarships on them and knock one thing off our list that we have to do next. All right, so we lost against Syracuse. So that means a lot of things. A, all the recruits that came in are not going to commit. Mango does. Okay, I didn't think he was going to. He is an athletic, physical archetype. 6'5" with 93 speed, 94 jumping. We needed more of those to commit to our team. Foster didn't commit just yet. We are in the lead against Auburn, but he does come back week 16. Plenty of time to establish the lead, but I wanted more of him from that visit. We can take a look here and see how exactly influential that visit was. If I can find him, there's Folk. So our visit in week 8, when we did it, he 4-3 total. So it is what it is. Now we got to go down, find more 3-stars and scout them. I have 310 hours here. That's a lot of hours to use. I can basically scout almost 11 guys, give or take, maybe 15-ish. I don't know. It depends. So let's go over to the athlete 3-stars. and basically just, oh, that was a bust. I already went over him. But pretty much going down the board, that's what I've been doing whenever I have spare hours. Let's go down and scout all of them, as many as I can at least. And then if they're good, they stay. If they're trash, they go. More commits rolling in. Derek Foster, our first gem that's a 4-star of the agile archetype or tendency. He's got 88 impact blocking, 91 strength. Real good so far. Your Auburn's probably going to run away with Richie Folk. I can't even really hard sell him because we have 2 Ds right there. It is what it is. We will throw on hours to some of these 3-stars that are close. Like Jeff Rambo definitely needs hours since he's another gem agile archetype. Throw 75 on him. Other than that, I mean, again, it's just pretty much housekeeping, scouting, finding gems, rinse, repeat. Oh, he actually goes to Tennessee. This whole time I was thinking Auburn. I forgot Tennessee had a visit week 10. So folks, shocks everybody. We do have 135 hours. So yeah, I just wanted to update you on Richie Folk. He does commit to the Volunteers over us. So right now we are 8-4. This definitely means that we are going to be in a bowl game, not in the bracket, bowl game. Let me go back. Well, I guess I'm going to show you it since I'm here. So Wake Forest is looking like to be the top team in the ACC, followed by Clemson. But what I meant to show you was the bowl projections. That's what I meant to show. Let's see where they project us to be at. It looks like the Pop-Tarts Bowl right now against Colorado on December 28th. I'd love to eat the Pop-Tart. Pop-Tarts are really good. Side note, brown sugar cinnamon, best Pop-Tart of all time. Fight, argue with a wall. I mean, I'm telling you, these Heisman winners and their interception, like touchdown to interception ratio is just simply absurd. 4,000 yards, 46 touchdowns, 1 pick for Michael Hawkins. Like, what is going on? As we are going to play Colorado in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. First time we made it to a bowl game. Take a look at their overall versus our overall. They're in 87, we're in 88. I mean, I haven't even hopped into a game yet. I'm just going to look at the uniforms, see how, if they're okay. The home looks all right, and we only have 2 jerseys. Oh, so our home is actually the whites, and our aways are the darker uniforms. Interesting to note, but show me the confetti fall. Show me making it to 9-4. And we have slowly went on the up and up each and every season. Let's hope season 6, as we lose to Colorado, great. Let's hope season 6 is the year where we hit our stride. I mean, we are losing a ton of talent in the offseason, probably going to go to the draft, as we lose 34-20 against Colorado. Take a look at our stats. Shabazz, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Got sacked twice. Swope, 79 rushing yards off 11 carries. Cleveland is a senior that we're going to lose, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. Who gave up the sack? It was McPrescott. That's okay. Marquise Knox won 9 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss from a safety is crazy. Nick Quinn, of course, who is leaving, 2 sacks. Duke Corner is going to stay, hopefully, and not go to the draft. That would suck. He is eligible to go since he's a redshirt sophomore. Let's hope he doesn't go. Let's hope he stays. There's a good chance he could, but again, just got to hope for the best. Take a look at our season stats so far. Shabazz, 24-4. We just need to find a way to let him air it out some more. Maybe we would change a different playbook to what we're in right now, because we're just not scoring enough. Swope with 965 and 7. Shabazz with 394 and 2. Kiki with 6 touchdowns on the ground as well. Through the air, Cleveland 599. Pettis with 526. Briscoe actually with 5 touchdowns. Interesting enough, the redshirt sophomore coming in pretty well spread out in terms of who's scoring touchdowns. Sacks, this is a really good season. We had a couple injuries, but as you see, most of our offensive line is leaving. On defense, Knox led us with tackles with 58. TFL's Bernard led us with 11. Horner with 10. We have 2 double-digit guys. Duke Corner with 11. Sacks Quinn with 11. Both could leave and go to the draft. Only 3 picks from Knox. 3 from Tolbert. 3 from Fries. Again, these guys are probably going to head to the draft as well. This time, Ohio State wins their first national championship. They beat Oregon 20-17. I was a year off on my Oregon prediction. I thought they were going to make it last year and win it. They make it this year just to lose. So now let's see who all is going to leave. I have a lot of players that could. And yeah, Horner guaranteed to bring back. Perfect. Bring him here. And then very high for Ben Swope. Beautiful. So as we go through, losing Shabazz at quarterback, Swope's coming back for another season. Milburn is going to be gone. All of our top wide receivers are out of here. Tight end backups pretty much. Our starting left tackle, Deontay Fink, is gone. Stoudemire's gone. No, it's keeping our center and our right guard. Cherry's gone, who started right tackle. Quinn, surprisingly enough, didn't get drafted. I'm very surprised he didn't. Bernard is gone. Right end Horner came back. I'm surprised he wasn't projected to go higher. He is definitely going to be gone next season. Our backups, Teamer and Lacey, are both gone as well. No outside linebackers. 2 backup middle linebackers are gone. Lehman with platinum abilities. Tonyo's out of here. All of our starting corners. Fries is projected round 6. Very low projection by him as well. Yeast, who's only round 7. Again, very low. And then our strong safety, Tolbert, round 7. So the fact that we got a couple people drafted, it's going to be very nice. It's going to help our pro potential out some. At least boost up a tick in terms of our grade. Let's see if they stay in round 7. Sometimes a guy sneaks into the draft as well. So I'll take a look at that here in a second once this loads in. So look at draft results real quick. And drum roll, round 5 for Greg Fries. Okay. And 6 for Tolbert as well as Yeast. For National Signing Day, are we actually going to increase or I guess level up where we are? So we didn't get a 5-star. So that makes me wonder that we're not going to be in the 25 range. We're not. We're at 32. So a slight step back. I mean, it is what it is. We'll take a look at our development traits. Maybe they're a little bit better than what we've had in the past. Impact for Cox, even though he was a gem. Interesting. Mangold impact so far, not getting lucky at all. Star for Isaiah Tom. I knew he'd be good. 96 throw power, 93 speed. Elite for Derek Foster. Okay. So our first agile play, that's an elite development. 88 impact, 82 lead block. Probably going to play guard or tackle. McClendon normal. Star for Jeff Rambo, another agile player. Going to be on the offensive line. Obvious for obvious reasons. Anybody else? Looking like no. So a dud class in terms of development traits. But I can move people around because we desperately need corners. We're all the way down to an 84 overall. So this might be a year where we take a step back. Because as you see here, our corners are not good. Before season 6, we actually dropped down to an 87 overall because we haven't been able to find good development traits. Ben Swop's a 92. Calvin's at a 91. So right now it's time to ticking in terms of our team and being able to get players. And right now it is not working out well. Kindred is only an 80 overall. He did have a good dev trait coming in, but it might be better to just go ahead and start the freshman that we got that also has star development. So we will go and think about that. Isaiah Tam's going to be in contention, and we might honestly start him. Not exactly the worst idea in the world. Kiki behind Swoops in 88. Let's go look at wide receiver. This is where we've been lacking. We just haven't had one of those wide receivers that are good in terms of developments. It is what it is. Gonna try to do this. We're at season 6 out of 10 years. The only thing we can really rely on here is good developments from other players. So Donovan Strange at 85 is real nice. At right tackle, Zeman's up to an 84. Defensive end, Dante Calvin's up to 91 overall. Horner's going to be gone this year, so we need somebody to step up in his place. Defensive tackle both at 86. So our defense is looking nice. Ansa up to an 83 overall. Love that for him. Not really great at outside linebacker. Our corners are looking better. Andre Quick as a redshirt freshman up to an 85. He has star development. 87 man, 79 catching, 93 speed. So even when our secondary looks like it's going down, they find a way for it to come back up. So right now, looking pretty solid where we're at for the most part. I wonder if any of these guys, I don't think they have good developments, but I need to just go hard after physicals. Physical athletes. That way, at least one of them can have a quicker elite development, and we can go from there. Give me luck on athletes. Please help me, Lord. Okay, recommended so far. Give me 5 stars. All right, so we have 3 5 stars here that are not hating us. Take a look at 4 stars. Actually, a bunch of them. Love to see that. Maybe there's a chance or to where this class can actually end up in the tops of the nation. That's what you love to see. That's what you want to see. Are there any of us that love us? Heck, we already have all the ones that love us. So all 35 players are pretty much locked in, 5 or 4 stars. And this is where our class can actually make a turnaround. So right now we are fresh off our biggest win in program history. They were originally number 3. Now they've fallen all the way to 14 on the road. Isaiah Tamers, a true freshman, tough matchup, 285 and 3. So he lit up the scoreboard. On the ground, Swope with 75, Tam at 27. Through the air, Hakeem Queen, 125 and 1. Robisky had a 108 and 2 from the redshirt freshman. Love to see that. 7 tackles from Nate Cook. Do we have any tackles for loss? We do from Bowsby and Horner. And sacks, 2 from Onside, a middle linebacker. And 1 from Hubbard, who does have 96 speed off the edge. Look at this. Our first 5-star already committing, Drew Bernhardt from Muskegon, Michigan. Trent Ruggs, 4-star center. So they're starting to roll in early. Love that they've already committed, because now we have a shoot ton of hours to use for the rest of our guys. We are ranked up to 11th now in the nation. Love seeing that 210 hours have now been freed to where we can actually schedule visits. We can bring in Zach Butts. At that point, he's going to be fine without being brought on a visit. Trent Muhammad, we will bring on a visit possibly. We will do 75 hours first off. Nobody's even contending for him, so we're not even going to try really. We will do 25 on Alex Brown because he's coming in this week. Thad Moncrief, we can do, actually he's not coming in this week, he's coming next week. We can do Pro Potential. We can actually hard sell him on Contender, Conference Prestige, and Pro Potential. If I remember, I think that's Sunday bound. It is. Okay. Look at me starting to remember where and which things are. Landers, this can be out of left field if we can even get him. Odds are probably not. So we can just hope and pray that our visit and game in week 8 is going to be enough to lure him away. Other than that, I mean, I can try to come back on Johnny Johnson. It's going to be a freaking long shot due to the fact that Syracuse is going hard after him. And then honestly, we can come back on Brendan Corner. That's about it. That's all I can really do for the moment. I'm just glad that we finally have a 5-star coming in. We might even have a second one with Dylan Steinkuhler. That's how you say his name. But still undefeated right now, playing Virginia here in week 5. This is the game Steinkuhler is coming in. They're in 83 overall. We're in 87. But then again, anything can happen on college football 25. And it really just college football in general. I'm hopeful we come out with a win. That way Steinkuhler can commit. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Only 650 XP doesn't mean good. But we do win. Okay, nothing popped up. Syracuse is number 4. And drumroll, Steinkuhler is very close to committing. He should be here after this week. There we go. Steinkuhler does commit. We would end up losing to Syracuse, but we have 225 hours now. Our second 5-star committing to the team is a power back, 90 speed, 87 truck, and 87 carrying. So we are going to be set up for the foreseeable future to make a late push for a national championship, maybe in seasons 9 and 10, probably, because this is what, 6? So Moncrief should be committing soon as well. We're in the lead on these other guys who we're pursuing late. Here with Ramos, we will throw all 75 hours on. And the same thing here for Martino. Throw all 75 hours on him as well. Actually, I don't know if we can hard sell just yet. We might. Because he does love championship contender and conference prestige. Is that prestigious? No. Which one is this? Championship contender, conference prestige. Let me find you. Y'all probably yelling at me in the comments right now trying to tell me which one it is, but I don't know. There it is. Conference Spotlight. I've got to remember that. Conference Spotlight is that one. We'll throw all 75 for him. This leaves us 40 total for Cordero, who we can honestly... He likes Coach Prestige. That's what we have B-, so we'll just throw 50 on him. And guess what? The games don't get any easier at all. Because after playing number 4 Syracuse on the road, they have us matched up against number 1 Washington. We're 17th. I mean, we can't really do much about it. We just got to, deal with the hand that we got given. Now, we do get 1,700 XP, so this might tell me that we won. We did win. And Dante Calvin with 3 sacks, 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. What a game. I believe he's a redshirt sophomore as well, as he wins National Defensive Player of the Week honors as well. How many commits did we get? Hopefully we get a lot of hours freed up, 190. And it looks like we got a bunch. Brown, Moncrief, Ruggs, all committing it, slowly going down the line. So all we need now is just the rest of them to follow suit. We will schedule a visit for Johnny Johnson against Cal. The only thing that he has that we like, only thing that Johnson likes about us is our conference prestige. Otagwe more than likely is gonna go to Cal. I mean, I can hard sell him, but it might be not too little too late. So conference prestige and athletic facilities. If I can find it, there it is. to prove yourself. I believe actually Nebraska's going after him, not Cal. Yeah, Nebraska's going after him. Corner we might actually run away with. Somehow, some way. I don't know how exactly, but we might. Schedule him on a visit for week 9. He does like proximity to home. So that's something that we can work with. And then with 55, we'll probably schedule a visit for Martino on week 9. Try to get him into the team. So that's all I can really do from here, except for give 15 hours here to Cordero. And then from there, again, this class not going to be very depth-wise, like deep, but it's very top-heavy as we play Florida State this week. Big time matchup. They are 1-6. So hopefully this isn't a trap game. You know, we faced 2 straight top 5 opponents. And Florida State, even though they're not doing well, only 300 XP, so we did fall short here. We did. Fell short of Florida State. Now we're not even ranked as Colvin has 4 sacks. How do we lose when Colvin had that many? Did we throw a lot of picks or something? 23-14. Ugly game this time around. We're not now going to be unranked. Tam had a fine game. No rushing yards. That's fantastic. Swoop got hurt. What happened? How do we end up losing? Keller only 206 yards. So nothing really crazy. It's just we shot ourselves in the foot. And yep, I'm not surprised. Otagwe does flip to Nebraska. But now we have open room to schedule more visits. So week 12, we will bring in Ramos. He loves pro potential. And really all that is left from here is just to go out there and find 3 stars and scout them, because I don't think there's any more 4-star athletes left. So we'll just bring more people on visits and then find some gems. That's really it. We do get after Cal Joseph Martino to commit 4-star center. John Cordero, 4-star projected to be running back. Again, these players can play whatever position. Just because it's labeled them as a center, and we fall to Cal. Now to 5-3. We were starting off hot. We were ranked high. And now everything is falling apart. At least on the bright side, our class is looking somewhat decent. But in the meantime, everything else is falling short. Our back-to-back seasons where we finished 8-4. So that means we're going to be in a bowl game, yes, but need a little bit more up and up. I mean, it would be progression if we win our bowl game. Where are we going to be at? I'm not seeing us anywhere. There we are. Going to play Oregon in the Holiday Bowl? Huh. They're 11th in the nation. Fresh off a national championship appearance, too. So I don't know what they did wrong to be put in that bowl game, but we're going to go all the way to said bowl weeks. Try to find a way to beat them. That would be a monumentous upset for our program. I think we can do it, depending on their overall. They're probably like a 91, 92-ish, and we're sitting here at 88. So it's definitely not going to be easy whatsoever. As you look and see here, Seth Claus, 55 receptions, 1,200 yards, 22 touchdowns. Insert Santa joke there. I was going to make it, but I refrained myself. You'd be proud of me. Actually, we're going to play Purdue. So, a lot better matchup, at least in our favor. Not playing just yet. Take a look at our staff. Hopefully nobody poached anybody. Now, we still have everybody here. That's good. But let's take a look once we play Purdue. Hopefully we can win. I'm optimistic. We are about 6 seasons in right now. Up to an 86 overall. Actually, down to an 86 overall, I should say. As we take a look here, they're in 84. We're in 86. Let's hope we can finally claim a bowl win. Hope. Hope and pray. That's all you can really do at this time. Show me the confetti. Okay, 9-4. Let me see the confetti. Let me see it. Perfect. First bowl win of our rebuild thus far. Again, took 6 seasons. Took long enough. But we need to freaking make the playoffs. Isaiah Tam, 284-2. Love to see that from the true freshman. He should skyrocket in overall. That's what I'm thinking. That's the reason why we started him. We started him due to the fact that he could make that giant jump. We'll check out his stats here in a moment. As we won 38-21 against the Boilermakers. Tam with 284-2, 20-30. He only got sacked twice. On the ground, Swope at 56. Tam with 3 rushing scores. Okay. Love to see that. Through the air, Hakeem Queen, 165-1. Robisky, 74-1. Timothy Warrior led us in tackles with 6. How many TFLs? We had 1 from Frederick Nyman. And then sacks, we had 1 from Horner, who's hurt, but is going to go to the draft. And then 1 from Dante Calvin. And then a pick from Cam Hubbard. As we take a look, Isaiah Tam, 37 touchdowns, 14 picks. Love the touchdown, don't love the interceptions. I'm surprised he's not a true freshman All-American. We'll have to go take a look at that in a second. Swope with 526 yards. Kiki with 457. He got more carries than Swope, so something tells me he was injured for part of the season. Tam added 4 more on the ground. Falk also added 4 more in that power back role. And we finally get a 1,000-yard receiver. As a redshirt freshman, Robisky does so, and 18 touchdowns. Hakeem Quinn with 994 and 9. Guidwood 589. Briscoe, who got hurt, surprise, surprise, and then Kiki had a touchdown as well. Our offensive line did relatively well. Zeman, who's going to leave us, allowed 11 sacks. On defense, Knox Little for 59 tackles, who's also going to leave. I see a big amount of sacks. Pause. 9 TFLs for Horner, 6 for Calvin. 15 sacks for Calvin. Let's hope he stays. Horner with 10.5, probably going to be a first-round pick. And then Chisholm led the way with 2 interceptions. Miami, Western Kentucky made it all the way to the national championship, and they only lost by 3. So props to them for making it all the way here against Miami. I mean, I thought it'd be a blowout to think about it. Let's take a look at the players that are projected to leave. Not going to have too many players transfer out, surprisingly enough. But we'll have, extremely low chance of bringing Honer back. Let's try. And didn't think so. Sowers is going to try to leave, and we can't bring him back. So, do have a couple players getting drafted. Horner going to be in round 1. We have Swope in round 3. Stevens in 5 and Knox in 5. We'll see if that stands. Not losing that many players, I just saw on that screen. We are losing a lot of top-end talent. Again, it will help our pro potential out a ton. Let's go take a look at our draft results here. And Honer in 1. Swope actually goes in 3. And these guys go in 4 instead of round 5. So again, that helps our pro potential out. But we need some players to come in with great developments in order to make a splash for next season. We've been right on the cusp of winning key matchups, but, at the very end, it has eluded us. So all we're doing here is going to give these visits to these 3 stars, and then hopefully some of them will have a development trait. I need them to. Like, some of these gems, they just have to have it. That's all I have to say. They have to have a good trait, like elite, star, something. I would love that. I would love, love, love to see it. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to do this for all these 3 stars, and then I will show you the developments at the end of the offseason recruiting. For National Signing Day at the end of Season 6, let's see where we're going to end up at. Probably our highest class yet. Yes, number 11. 2 5-stars, 10 4-stars, 11 3-stars. Let's look at their development traits. We need some elites, please. Thank you. Dylan Steincuer, elite development, 90 speed, 90 stiff arm, 87 truck, 88 brake tackle. Impact for Bernhardt, not a good start after the elite. Normal and you're not a bust? I need physical receivers to have good developments. Christ almighty, Zach Butts, impact. Another normal? Thank you, Alex Brown, star development. Appreciate you. Elite for Thad Moncrief. So we got to remember Thad Moncrief has elite. We can put him at receiver, and that would make 2 guys with good development traits. Star for Ruggs at agile, going to be a tackle guard probably. Normal for Johnson, of course. I don't want to exit just yet. Thank you. Star for James Ramos, 91 speed, 91 throw power. We'll see where he ends up. Star for Cordero. Elite for Hakeem Adai. Okay. That makes 2 elites. 4 elites for Benji Stone, an elite tight end. So this might be the class where around season 10, we finally win something. Troy Cook with star. Pierre Yee star. Loving this class so far. Star for Higgins. There's just stars everywhere. Star for Chansey. That's 2 agile players with star dev. Barmore impact. We're going to take off the guys that we didn't get before we finally see in Doss. Take a look at Doss, and he has impact development as well. Time for season 7 training results. I'm hopeful that we're closer to the 90 overall range. We're back up to an 89. Dante Calvin's a 90 forward boost. Quick up to an 89. Leclerc up to an 89. So we need some more players hitting that 90 range. But when we have redshirt freshmen like Goff Beard up to an 88 would boost, only with impact development, something you love to see. Let's take a look at our quarterback. Really, he only goes up to an 82. Really? What's your caps look like? He has star development. He can almost hit all of his accuracies. 96 throw power. I take it after this season he'll make another jump. But we're not going to let Brian Haslam take over his job. Like, come on. He's a 3-star with Impact Dev, and he's pretty much capped out. So, Tam's going to be the starter this year. Take a look at running back. Steinkeur's a 78. Left some guys over like Ramos and Doss. A wide receiver, we will have some guys playing like John Robisky, 86 overall. Love that. He had a big season last year at Star Development. Pretty much capped out. Will be our wide receiver 1 for season 7. We have some guys right behind him who might be able to take that next leap. We made sure there was a good Star Development players down there. So let's hope for the best there. At tight end, we still have Briscoe, who's been great. Left offensive line's going to be lacking a little bit. Not even going to lie. Going to need some more guys to play over here and to recruit more athletes that are agile and keep them at tackle instead of moving them all over to the defensive end. We are loaded on defense. I can tell you this right now. We are loaded. I don't need any more athletes. They're going to have to be on the offensive line. No more moving them over to defensive end or tackle because we have depth there. We have depth upon depth. Outside linebacker is good. Middle linebacker is great with Marco Ansa. Right outside, we are perfect with Zico Kamalu. Corner, we're looking pretty good. How we're looking at free safety. Nate Cook at 88 overall. We have Timote Warrior, who will be right behind him, and then Carlos Boodle. And then at strong safety, we have Neil Landry. So one of these guys will probably start at strong safety. Or you know what I meant. So, looking solid here for season 7. Hopefully in the next 3 years, we can at least make the freaking playoffs or even a conference championship game. We haven't even made that. Our best bet so far has been a bowl game. We've only won 2 bowl games. I have to cut 11 players. So I'm going to sit here and do that real quick. But yeah. We've won a bowl game, but that's pretty much it. Well, there's only one athlete that's a 5-star. Huh. He is a physical archetype, so that's really good. That means this class is going to be heavily reliant on getting all these 4-stars. See how many we can get. I'm hopeful that we can get a decent bit. Oh, wow. Okay. This class is not deep at all in terms of players. All of them have us locked out. Not good whatsoever, but that means I can at least focus more on these guys instead of, trying to balance it out across everybody. First matchup against the ranked Tennessee. They were 20th in the nation, ended up beating them 17-14. Very low scoring affair here. See how our quarterback did. Isaiah Tam, 216-1, only 57% completion percentage. Again, not the best day, but at least he didn't turn the football over. That's all that really matters here, quite honestly. Also added 30 yards on the ground. Kiki did get the touchdown. We're a pretty young team for the most part. Ben Ruse gets the score on 7 receptions. Robisky right behind him. Take a look at our defense. Timothy Warrior led us in tackles. We had 1 TFL and 3 sacks for Calvin. This has got to be the year that we go out and win a national championship. Calvin's going to be a redshirt junior, going to go to the draft this season. We have another star defensive end down here. Forgot where he's at, but we also have another guy or other players that will go to the draft. I have a bye week this week before entering ACC play with Florida State and then Duke. Want to check out recruiting real quick, see where we're at. 40 hours, because we just scheduled a visit. We can now schedule a visit for 5-star athlete, physical archetype, Brian Pack. We can also probably send the house. I'm going to bring him in against Duke. He loves playing. Oh, no. I fumbled. I'm pitching something he doesn't like. If I remove him from the board, but then we're going to try moving him from the board, right? Moving him from the board, putting him number 1, and then go back all the way down to the bottom, reschedule that visit. Awesome. Offer. Okay, perfect. So now I can redo it. Do playing time. Thank you. Something you didn't know in case, you mess up like I did just there. I don't know why it's not giving my 75 hours back. Hold on. I was pitching him full 75. Why is it messing up like that? Whatever. It's not giving my hours back. I can take off someone, John Wilson here, like 50. Probably schedule him in a visit week 4 too. He likes championship contender. Attend the team meeting for him, but I really want our 5-star guy. Let's take off 50 for Troy Bourne. Goodness gracious, I can't really pronounce. I can hard sell him too. I can, even though there's a D+ right there. We can hard sell Bourne. Hard sell, brand exposure, contender, prestige. Let me find it. There it is. So that's all we're going to do here. Really just trying to allocate the hours correctly. Starting to finally schedule visits on players due to the fact that we're in that territory. So that's all I'm really going to do here. Hard sell the players that I can, schedule visits, and then move on to playing Florida State and Duke. All right, so after Florida State, we land 2 commits, starting off with Maurice Godecki, an athlete, elusive back coming in, 91 speed, 91 excel, 90 agility. We get Troy Byrne, an athletic run stopper, 90 speed, 91 agility, 81 block shedding. Really nice get so far. Does our 5-star pack commit? No, but he's really close. Bring him in on a visit this week against Duke, who is 3rd in the race form. Would be a key commit coming on the team, but 235 hours now. Need to get our play style up for Cologne to bring him in. Oh, McGrath is really close here. So I got to add 10 hours and just hope that he commits after this week, or after week 6, I should say. But now all I can really do is throw 50 hours on all of these 4-star athletes that we're just not going after at all. But we are in the lead for. We can schedule visits for John Swain. Well, not John Swain. I mean, even if it is a competitive visit, it should be okay. He likes our pro potential, so it should be fine for him. Might be, a little concerning, but it is what it is here. And then finally, we have 35 hours, giving them to 3 stars that are gems like Sifo Head and Marquis Pan, excuse me. We are, I believe, number 9 in the nation right now, here in year 7. Looking pretty good. I'm just hopeful we can get a win against Duke. I would love it, because that means we might be able to shoot up into the top 5, possibly. But our team, if you watched it this far into the video, you know that we have been choking every single time we can get. Only 990 XP, which means doesn't look good. Okay, we did win. How many dominoes fell in terms of recruiting? So we do get 5-star athlete Brian Pack. Awesome. Take a look at his attributes. 94 speed, 98 jumping at 6'3". John Wilson, 4-star athletic scrambler, 92 throw power, 87 speed, 96 excel. Also got Jordan McGrath, 4-star gem elusive back, 94 speed, 92 excel. So we have a lot of hours to work with now, and some of these dominoes are starting to fall to where I can actually schedule more visits for these other 3 stars. We're going to go down to week 11. That's going to be our next game. That's pretty much all there is left to do for these recruits. It's just give them the hours, max them out at 75, bring them on for visits, maybe scout some of these 3 stars on the board, and really go from there. Couple weeks left in the regular season of year 7. We are sitting at 8-0, 2nd in the nation, playing number 12 Stanford this week. We are sitting atop of the ACC. We have Miami and NC State, followed by North Carolina, Pittsburgh, Stanford, all within a game behind us. Our recruiting class is looking really nice right now as well, just in case things fall apart yet again in season 7. Got the 5-star Brian Pack, number 1 in the state, number 2 in his position. And if we go take a look at our top class right now, we're sitting at number 9 with only 14 total commits. We have a lot more to come in terms of 3-star athletes, as you see here. Have 100 hours left. I can just use 50 on 2 guys for offering scholarship in the house. Actually 40 on the last person, or 45 I should say. But overall, going relatively well at the moment. Just got to hope that we come out, beat Stanford, and pretty much secure our spot in the ACC championship game and make a run in the playoffs. We've always found a way to fall short. I'm just hopeful that doesn't happen here against Stanford. And just like I talked about before, we choked and fell short against Stanford. 28-24 defeat, driving us to number 5 in the nation. Stanford climbing up to number 9. Isaiah Tam had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, got sacked 3 times. Not a terrible game by our true sophomore starting quarterback. Didn't get anything on the ground. Tam had 34 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Ben Roos had 10 yards. Only gave the ball to Kiki 9 times, so maybe in the future you see him getting the ball a little bit more often. Ben Guidry led us in yards, 104 and a touchdown. Ben Roos again 77 and 1. Take a look at defense. Marco Ansa, 8 tackles, 1 TFL. 1 sack from Calvin, who's leading the way this season. And Timothy Warrior from our free safety has half a sack with Bosby. And then 1 pick from Ansa as well. But what really lost us this game? I mean, Forrest Kennedy, 216 and 3. Yeah, that's pretty much what did it. Oh, Demetrius Faucio, 154 and 2. Yeah, he just simply was unguardable for us. Or for them, I should say. So we finished the year 11 and 1. We're playing Pittsburgh in our ACC title game. We're number 3 in the nation. So, I mean, obviously we win this one, clinch a first round bye. But if we were to fall to the Panthers, let's see where we would probably end out around. So right now, if we win, it says we're number 2 in the playoff poll. If we lost to Pitt, we'd probably fall around the 8 to 9 seed, I think. We're around where Notre Dame and Purdue is. So, I mean, you clinch a spot in the playoffs no matter what. But still, you want to end up on top for obvious reasons. But we're going to take a look at Pitt's overall once we get there, as Ramon Crossman commits, Jadarius Jones from Overland Park, Gallegos, all these 3-star athletes are starting to roll in. Yeah, let's go take a look at Pitt and see what their overall is. They are 7-5, 6-2 in conference, coming in at 82 overall. We're a 90, so we should win here. We should. Does that mean we will? Probably not. Knowing this team, again, so many times they have fallen short in this college football 25 simulation. Anything can really happen. We'll only get 680 XP, so that probably means we didn't win. Confetti? Maybe? Okay, so we did. Confetti is falling. We're the ACC champs. So let's see who we're going to end up playing in round 1 of the college football playoffs. It's Marco Ansel with 10 tackles and 2 TFLs in that one. Maybe we get a Heisman winner too? Maybe, probably not. Ben Ruiz had 117 yards and 2 touchdowns, so that means we probably dominated them. Probably. I mean, hopefully. He also wins National Offensive Player of the Week as well. I want to see the good stuff. I want to see who we're playing in round 1. I want to see the Heisman. What's up with these guys in this 7 years that we've done so far, having such crazy interception to pick ratios? James Davey, 4,000 yards, 51 touchdowns, 1 pick. But like, it's been crazy numbers here as Dante Calvin wins Defensive End of the Year. 13 sacks, 40 tackles, 13 TFLs as well. Going to go to the draft this upcoming season. And yeah, he also wins the Lombardi Award. So he is reigning in awards, probably a projected first-round pick. Let's see the bracket. Who are we going to match up against, or project the matchup against? So we're going to play the winner of Notre Dame, Purdue. Oregon's number 1, Oklahoma, Kansas State rounding up the top 4. Now let's go see who we match up against. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to handle who it is, but we just have to wait and see. All right, so we are going to play Purdue in the Peach Bowl. If I remember correctly, they were the 7th seed. They do have that Heisman winning quarterback. So it's not exactly going to be an easy matchup. They're an 82 overall. We're dropped all the way down to an 88. How do we drop so far off? We were a 90 overall for a vast majority of the season. What exactly happened? Do we have players injured or something? Or what exactly is happening? We have no injuries. We just dipped 2 whole overall points. That makes no sense, but we're going to go ahead and simulate this one. Hopefully, we can come out on top. Don't fall short. Again, we've done so a lot. 1,800 XP. Show me the confetti for the Peach Bowl. Show me the... Come on, show me. Okay, perfect. We beat Purdue. Moving on to the semifinal round. 1 game away from the national championship as Isaiah Tam outduels the Heisman winner with 4 passing touchdowns. We played Georgia. Great. Great. It's going to get a lot harder. We're going to play them in the Orange Bowl, and you already know they're going to have a stacked team. Now, Georgia's coming in 90 overall. Technically a lot better than us because some reason we dipped below 90 down to an 88. Gonna hop in here. Hopefully, we can find a way to come out on top. Here we go. We're actually in the lead here. It's tie ball game now. 7-7 at the end of 1. We're just going through quarter by quarter. Hopefully, we can find a way to upset Georgia, this freaking powerhouse. We're up 21-7, 28-7. Freaking dominating them right now, up by 2 scores. Hopefully we can find a way to keep this up. 31-14. Georgia can't find a way to make anything work here. And it's looking like that this 0-star university, as we're down at the 1-yard line, we're actually going to come in and just hand this ball off. Because I want to get something going. Scratch, so we're not going to hand it off. We're going to run a little speed option. That we can get something happening. Out to the edge, pitch to the Kiki. Get in the end zone, Kiki. Down at the 1. Love that. He's got 97 yards. He deserves to get in this end zone. He has severe risk of injury. So we're going to bring in this backup with Falk. Running a power at the 1. Get in the end zone, Falk. He gets stuffed. We're going to run it one more time. No way we get shut down on all 3 occasions. This might be a Tam run here. Let's see what this end does. Oh, this is going to be 100% a Tam, and it gets shut down. No, we're going for this. We are going for this. No way you shut us down 4 straight times. I want to run slants here. Get the freaking touchdown. And we get sacked, of course. So it's 31-21 right now. We're looking like we're driving down the field. Big pass play Tam the Ben Guidery. And now we're going to hop in here and try to freaking drain this clock all the way down. This looks like it's going to be a run here to Falk. It is. And we can't block that big freaking nose tackle. Number 93, James Cortez, making a huge play on that one. I'm going to have to end up throwing the football here. Bringing our guy in motion. Going to throw it to him over the middle. And it's out of reach, picked off. Come on, Tam. And Georgia does score. So now we have one thing left to do. Again, freaking drown the clock out. We had a big lead, and now it's all falling apart. Like Kiki, get the football, open grass ahead of him. Big pickup of 10. That puts him over 100 yards on the day. And Georgia does burn their first timeout. He does have a severe risk of injury. Probably not smart to run it with him here, but we're going to have to. Up the gut, and he gets immediately shut down. Georgia calls their second timeout. And what are we going to do here? We're going to throw it to Falk. Out in the flat on the left side. Can we get blocking from our receivers? Throw it to him in the flat. He's got space. Gonna juke. Big juke, first down. Georgia burns their last timeout, and that just might have been the dagger. All right, JJ Falk, we're gonna double. All right, JJ Falk, trusting you here on the power to the right side. Stiff arms a man down for the 2-minute timeout, and pretty much a first down would end the game. Gonna run a counter here. Let's see if we have enough numbers. We might have enough numbers. Falk gets the first down, and that's gonna do it. The Zero Star University is going to advance to the national championship after this Tam knee. And honestly, kind of an upset here. 31-28. Took us 7 seasons, but we're finally in the national championship. Taking a look at the stats for this one. Tam, 266, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. We did throw one of them based off an overthrow. So he did have one on his own. Pretty solid day. Again, cleaning up the turnovers. Need to be a little bit more accurate, especially over in the middle of the field. But it is what it is in that one. On the ground, we know Kiki had 100 yards rushing on 21 attempts. No touchdowns, did break 5 tackles, but we need to get some rushing touchdowns. Georgia does have a pretty pristine front 7, so not the end of the world, but still needs some more out of that end. Guidery 102 and 2. Ben Roos 88 and 1, and then Briscoe 11 in a touchdown. Take a look at our defense. Neiman had 4 tackles, led the way with 4 sacks. My God, from the junior. In a big time matchup, he showed up. Him and Calvin combined for 5 sacks. 2 TFLs. Did we get a pick? We did not. National championship time, and of course it's Kansas State. They find a way to always make it here. I don't know how they continuously do. It's always, seemingly, they find a way. You know, level 50 master motivator. Love to see that. So pretty good on that end. But they seemingly always find a way to make it here. They're not really the number 12 seed, are they? Who do they beat to make it? They beat Oregon. Love that. Yeah, they were the 12th seed. No, they weren't. They were the 4th seed. Okay. I was tripped out. 4th seed. They beat the number 1 overall team in the nation with Oregon. To make it here. Big time matchup. It's our first ever national championship game. They're an 83 overall. But for some reason, again, as we said, the game simply loves Kansas State. So let's see, can we finally not choke in a big time matchup? It is 7-3 right now, 14-3. Keep on pouring on the onslaught. 21-10 going into halftime. 21-16. Can't choke this lead yet. Going to the 4th quarter. And they went for it on 4th down, did not get it. Want to come in here, try to come in for the dagger of a drive. And they are not covering Kiki out here. What in the hell are they doing? He's going to be wide open. We're going to float it to him. And it's going to be a freaking 80-yard touchdown. Oh, he's too slow. He is way too slow. What in the world is wrong with you, Monty Kiki? Oh, severe risk of injury. Minus 14 speed. That would be why. I was wondering why he was running like he's got his feet in molasses. Cut us up the gut. Come on. Nowhere for JJ Falk to run. But yeah, we score a touchdown here, drain some of this clock, and this game is going to be all she wrote. So if we can make that happen. Gonna hand it off to Falk and nowhere to go. Love that. Probably a bad read by me. Not even probably. Should have held X to get it off on that one. We're going to have something here. If it's Blitz, they are blitzing. Man deep. This is Robisky. Oh, touchdown dagger. Boom. Show that arrow. Bang. Pretty much the game. And that would be all she wrote. After 7 seasons, coming away on top of the national championship, 31-23. If you like a series like this, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe down below to be an original OG of the channel. Let me know what other teams you want to see rebuilt. I've already seen different ones like Ball State and West Virginia, so those are obviously on the table as well. But again, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.